Good morning and welcome everyone to the Morningstar Individual Investor Conference for 2019. My name is Jamie Wickham. I'm the Managing Director here at Morningstar for Australia and New Zealand. And again, it's my pleasure to welcome you. I think we might have had a bit of delay with the registration desk, so thank you for your patience. But we're pleased to see you all here, and thanks again for your support for this event. For me, this is my favourite Morningstar event. We do a number of events for advisors and asset managers and other industry professionals. But for us, ultimately, our aim and our objective as a business is to serve you, the end investor. It's our mission, as the video said, empowering investor success. For us, the reason we get out of bed every morning at Morningstar is to support you, to help you on your path to financial independence and to drive improved outcomes and to help you meet your goals. So it's your day, it's your event. Please engage in the discussion. We will allow time for Q&A at the end of every session, so please engage in that, and Mark will give you some more details about that in a minute. When I was thinking about what to say today, I reviewed my notes from last year, as you do. And last year, I stood up here and talked about how challenging it was to be an individual investor at that time. We were potentially going through a period of heightened uncertainty and volatility, and that was primarily driven by the expectation of higher interest rates and the unwinding of quantitative easing around the world. And so here we are today in a very different environment. We saw some of that volatility at the back end of last year. The Federal Reserve did a backflip on monetary policies. We've seen moves their stance to more of a neutral setting, then to easing, and then to cutting rates. And we've seen central bankers around the world have followed suit, including the RBA. And the markets, as we know, have responded. So this chart shows you the year-to-date return of global markets. As you can see, it's a sea of dark green. Australia is up over 20%, as is the US, as are a number of other developed markets. And I talk about this and the last 12 months, looking back where we were back then and where we are today, as somewhat of a cautionary tale. Markets can be highly volatile and unpredictable. No one has a crystal ball, and they can change very quickly. One thing we know for certain is that the future is uncertain. So that brings me back to the objective and our aim for today. And that is really about helping you setting up your portfolios for whatever lies ahead. For whatever lies ahead in 12 months' time or over the longer term. And to help you as investors get through those cycles, to help you with your emotions, to help you stick to your plan and your long-term goals, and ultimately to achieve your aims. So 2 things I wanted to mention quickly that we're working on at Morningstar to support you in that mission. The first one is rebuilding our Morningstar Premium site. So hopefully a number of the premium subscribers in the room have seen this. We have a team of developers and product managers and design people feverishly working on this, and as part of a longer term roadmap that is going to stretch into the rest of this year and into next year. And Mark LaMonica is running a session at lunchtime to demo this site and to talk about that product roadmap in more detail. So I'd encourage you to join Mark. The second one, I'm pleased to announce this morning that Morningstar has acquired Cufflinks. This is hot off the press. We announced this morning. We've been working on it for some time. Cufflinks, as you can see from the screen, is now branded as FirstLinks. It is a publisher of financial commentary, and I suspect many of you are avid readers of Cufflinks, as I am. It was founded and owned by, was founded and is owned by, or was owned now, by Graham Hand, who is one of, and he's up there in the back somewhere. There's Graham. He's one of the leading market commentators here in Australia, and he's had a 40-plus year career in financial services, and he brings that experience to his writing, and he's developed a wonderful network of contributors who, like him, bring their experience, and they've been around the blocks, they've seen the ups and downs of market cycles, they've seen the changing landscape that we operate in today, both from an investment and a regulatory perspective. So we love the content. You know, today, more than ever, it's really challenging to find high quality, curated content about investments, about investment markets, to support you again on your journey. The other thing we love about it is the alignment that they have with Morningstar and everything that they believe in. It is written very much through the lens of the investor, through the investor's point of view, and it's very much focused again on education, investment education, financial literacy, again to really support you on your investment journey and your path to financial independence. So it really broadens and deepens our editorial and our content, and is really nicely aligned with what we do today with our existing editorial and research. And over time, we will look to integrate the content into the version of morningstar.com.au. I should add, many of the contributors are speakers today, so this snippet up here is from our first speaker, some pearls of wisdom from Shane Oliver, which you're going to hear more about shortly. So that's it from me. Thank you again for joining us. I'm going to hand off to Mark now, who is your MC for today, and I look forward to catching up with you throughout the day.
Any advice in this video is general advice prepared by Morningstar without reference to your financial objectives, situation or needs. You should consider the advice in light of these matters and any relevant product disclosure statement before making any decision to invest.